Yo, what's going on, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Saturday Night Locals. Here we are in episode 94. Yes, and as you can probably tell by the sound of my voice, I am no longer sick, which is kind of a W, not gonna lie. But we're back, and this time around, we are not playing Speed Rikka. We'll be taking a one locals break, I guess, which will be to play Rikka Sunavalon post ban list, obviously, and this is post Phantom Nightmare too. And I am not opting to play any of the new Aromage cards, just because I personally don't think the deck needs them whatsoever. That's just my humble opinion, and yeah, that's pretty much just that. But I actually got paired up against my good friend Dan round one here. He is on the Tearlament Horus deck, starting with Imseti, pitching the Trivikarma to go ahead and search out a copy of King's Sarcophagus and getting that draw one. Fortunately for me, no Droll and Lockbird on resolution. Would have been kind of nice here. I think Droll is in my main deck. I think it's just 3 Droll, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, 2 Talents. I think that's all I'm playing for, like, non-engine. But of course, as many know, the Rikka Con is kind of a going second card in its own way. If anybody knows what that card does, most people tend to burn an interruption on it right off the bat. So we're going to see him use the Sarcophagus here, discarding a Mally, dumping another Imseti. I believe Happy already getting sent to the grave too. So getting everything set up slowly but surely, and you can tell by my hand it's not the greatest. I am playing 2 Lone Fire. I am playing 3 Petal, or 2 Petal. 2 Petal? 2 Petal. Yeah, I think it's 2 Petal. And I think I'm still playing 3 Loki. I've been wanting to like kind of trim down on the amount of normal summons just a bit. So Lone Fire probably will go to 1. But although there's still a reason why I haven't done that yet, and that's because of a change I made in the extra deck. And obviously one of the biggest changes we had to sort of like make to the deck as a whole was in the extra deck, because we lost 2 copies of Dryas. We lost that second healer with the ban list, and you know, while it sucks to lose those really great cards and, you know, the things that having those extra copies would allow you to do, but it frees up a lot of space on the bright side, which is probably my favorite part about that. And I fired the Imperm there on the Zombie Vampire, mainly because I figured that card has a ton of upside potential, and I figured firing an Imperm on it, maybe not the worst idea. Of course, he still has a way to keep playing. But, yeah, him milling into a Fenrir alongside another tier name, speccing the Fenrir, getting the effect of the tier name, searching a tier cache, right? Like, I was just, yeah, I figured I might as well Imperm that. If that's going to be my only point of interaction, arguably, maybe I could have just held the Imperm till the end board. I feel like maybe that's something I should just do from now on if I'm going second and do a deck like this and I only have 1 Imperm. Maybe just hold it till the end board. That way I can kind of pick and choose what exactly it is that I want to turn off. You know, what kind of auto beats my hand. But talking about the extra deck, you know, with the changes, there's a lot more room for utility, and I was back and forth. Obviously, you guys, if you saw the deck profile, you saw I was playing 3 Jasmine, but I've since cut the 3rd Jasmine in place of a 2nd Dance Peon. And that is one of the reasons why I want to keep the plant count high still within the deck. And that's why I'm still playing, you know, like double Lone Fire, 3 Lily Borea, etc., is because I want to have Dance Peon be a more reliable card at the end of the day. Not that I'm like using the mill effect of multiple copies, right? I'm not like doing that, although I can having the 2nd Dance Peon. This is the thing, is like I like having that 2nd Dance Peon in grind situations where I need to get access to like other monsters in my extra deck, like rank 8s or rank 4s. And I don't really have a way to, you know, manipulate levels outside of that. Maybe my Snowdrop, my only Snowdrop's in Grave, and making a Dance Peon pointed to 2 random plants, making those level 4 to then add back the Snowdrop is a lot easier than actually sticking 2 level 4s on the board, which I find to, like, be the issue sometimes. Like, late game, a lot of times, like, you're good, like, your level 8 Snowdrop's going to be stuck in Grave, Your Primula might already be out of the deck. You have no way to search 2 level 4s with a Glamour. You know, there's all this stuff, right, that's kind of being, you know, already used, and it's preventing you from, like, keep the grind game going. But I feel like having that second Dance Peon, like, helps that. And it actually did come up in this tournament, which we'll see, I think, in the round 4 of this tournament. And I'm really kind of happy about that, like, deck building decision that I made, because it's something I just came up with on my own. And, you know, it ended up actually working out in a real tournament setting. So I'm just kind of proud of that, you know, small little victory there. But that's my opponent's end board. They end on Toad, they end on Beatrice, they end on SP, they have Scream, and I think they have a Solic set that they did search. And obviously that King Sarcophagus has got to go at some point. And with my hand having 3 normal summons, drawing Loci, not the greatest draw for turn there. You know, but yeah, we go ahead and scoop it up. Yeah, that's just tough all around. Now we're going to go ahead and go into game 2. Quick shout out to Imperium Duelist. Actually, there's an announcement around me and Imperium Duelist that I cannot wait to make soon. It's going to be very, very exciting new chapter. So be on the lookout for that announcement. I'm not sure how I'll do it, maybe in a short or a video, something like that. But here in game 2, I was decided to go first, where I think I put in 2 copies of the Water Art, Spiritual Water Art Aoi, and Call by the Grave, and I think Rivalry of the Warlords. I ended up drawing the only 2 copies of Water Art that I sided in. Yes, I'm only siding 2. Maybe it seems questionable to do that, but I only sided in 2. And yeah, there's that Rivalry. And normally this card kind of slaps, right? It's like a pointer, you know, with needing to tribute a water instead of paying 2,000 life points. And obviously Strenna is a perfect water to tribute, because not only do you get to rip a card out of your opponent's hand, but you get to trigger Strenna, right, as a result. The only problem is that if you can't end on a water, you now have a completely useless card in your hand. And my opponent goes ahead and fires the Nib here, and which really, really blows for me, because I had to start by normal summoning. Yeah, I just really had to start my combo by normal summoning in general, and I was like, let's use the Silica Gel as Silica Packet Gel as a token, because I forgot to bring my tokens with me. But obviously my friend here is gracious enough to allow me to use his Lugias as a token. Very, very weak token, and I have no way to extend. Recently I've been running into the problem of, like, getting hurt a lot by Nibiru, and it feels like I've been getting hurt more by Nibiru than I ever have playing this deck. But I don't really recall people actually playing Nibiru so much back when I was, like, really, really into Rikka. So maybe this is just a new experience. And then I draw 2 off of talents, and I could not have drawn into worse draws, drawing into a Sowing, and I believe it was a Con. So kind of rough. And I am plant locked in the extra deck, I believe, because of Sowing. So it's not like I could make, like, anything with the token and the Lily, because pretty much all the Link 2s in the deck, as you guys know, if you do play the Rikka deck in some capacity, you know, Dance Peon needs 2 plants, Jasmine needs 2 plants, and all the other links are Link 1s that require, like, plant normal monsters, and Melius is a Link 3, so, and Bangalance is a Link 4. But yeah, that's just, like, really unfortunate draws, and now I have 4 dead cards in my hand, essentially. 4 dead cards. I really wish, you know, I had some way to get a Rikka monster on field. If I had, like, Princess or something, I'd be able to keep going, but that's just not the case. And yeah, like, I'm pretty sure I already said this, but, like, that's the one big downside about the Spiritual Water Arts, is they are really, really great at helping bolstering the end board, just because, like, getting that hand knowledge at any point during your opponent's turn is really insane, on top of being able to trigger your own engine cards. But if you don't start Rikka cards or have a way to stick a water monster on the field by the end of the turn, like, they're just dead cards. That's really all it is. And at this point I was like, man, I just really want to cut these cards from the deck, from the side deck, but the card I did resolve it later on in the tournament, and it kind of had me changing my mind about it, but still, I don't know, like, Maybe it could just be Solemn Judgment. I think maybe that would low-key be better than just Spiritual Water Art at the end of the day, because whatever cards I can stop with Water Art, I can stop with Judgment for the most part, and not need to have a water monster on field. Yeah, so my opponent is just going to go ahead and mill there, grab a Solic off the Scream, off the Sharon. Ended up discarding the blue Unchained level 6 guy. That's going to go ahead and pop the set Solic effect there to go ahead and grab a copy. I think go for the Tier Cashier. The Tier Cashier. And also the cool thing right now is that I do have Therian Disc Coliseum in play. So if he does go into the battle phase, you know, I have a less chance of dying, which is always good, right? Can protect from the token, dump the Regulus, and then if something dies, I can add back the Regulus. But there he goes and uses the effect of the blue dog to go ahead and blow up Nib and the set, which is just the water art, and yeah, obviously a complete bluff. Normal summons now the good old Rhino Heart. And this is a deck that I wish I could play Nibiru in. I mean, obviously nothing's actually physically stopping me from putting Nibiru in the deck, but Unexpected Die is without a doubt one of the best cards in the entire deck, as it allows you to play with so much freedom. Getting into your combo without burning the normal summon makes the combo so much more robust at things like Nibiru, because I think you'll also see it at another point in this tournament. I do get nibbed, but I started on Unexpected Die and had a way to keep playing with Petal, and it just literally didn't matter. So, you know, that's why that card is so crazy good. Outside of just, you know, specking out Loci, right? It just allows you to do so much off of no normal summon, which is the biggest thing. And Nibiru obviously turns that off because, you know, you need to not have any monsters on field. Now, of course, you could just do the old tried and true, right? After you nib them and go battle phase, make sure you put the token in attack mode, assuming that you can crash, right? You know, crash your own nib into the token. Assuming it's big enough, right? So I don't know. I might do that. Maybe play something like Droplet to be able to clear things like that off the field. All some ideas that I have in my head. And yeah, they end up attacking the token. I protect, and then I couldn't add back on the actual destruction of the token just because Disc Coliseum says the card has to hit the graveyard. The token does not actually hit the graveyard. So when they destroy the Lily Borea, I can actually add back the Regulus, which will now apply a little bit of pressure, and I mean a little teensy bit, because now my opponent is going to have to burn his Shuffler here on the Lily in the graveyard, denying me access to Regulus next turn, which as I was shuffling it back, I was like, oh wait, yeah, now I can't summon this Regulus, so lost a lot of leverage off that. Just got unlucky that I was able to get to one of the shufflers there, the Medora, and end up using Planet Effect to go ahead and pop the Sharon, and then Sharon will resolve here, going for a fusion summon of Mud Dragon, and now they're just going to set up the Bahamut Shark into the Totally Awesome, and putting up an Omni Negate, and I imagine they'll also get SP Little Knight set up as well, with the Bahamut Shark and perhaps the Blue Dog. Could leave the Tier Cash on field as a way to use Solic if they have it. They're just gonna go and link those off, and yeah, imagine go into just SP, because why not? Yep, SP Little Knight, effect to banish the Disc Coliseum. And I mean, I have Con, I have Sewing, right? Like, I have some engine. I just need to draw something playable here, and Ash Blossom was not the card for that. Ash Blossom was the last card I needed to draw. I needed to draw some form of engine, and I probably could have maybe played through that. And I'm just showing my opponent my opening hand there. Double of Water Art, Disc Coliseum, Talents, and Loci. And I jokingly pop these AoEs out of the sleeve because I'm like, I hate these cards. That is the reason why I don't want to play them. And yeah, that's going to do it for this match. We'll be back in round 2. Hope you guys enjoyed. Last but not least, a big shout out goes to our current Divine Level channel members, who are Cadillacs, HG8 Cyber, Pony Stark, Ms. Fid, Green, and Robin's Assistant. Thank you guys so much as always for showing me kind and very, very generous support of the channel.